Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Terrifying moment. Scuba yacht goes up in flames as Brit tourists desperately escape and air tanks explode like bombs. This is the terrifying moment. A scuba yacht went up in flames after air tanks exploded like bombs. Two British tourists narrowly escaped the disaster as they ran to safety moments before the boat was engulfed in a cloud of black smoke in Port Galib, Egypt. The footage shows thick, black smoke coming from the flaming yacht as firefighters scramble to get the fire under control. Jeremy Brooks, 67, from St. Albans, was on a diving trip with his best friend Keith Shepherd, 69, in Egypt's famous Port Galib. The once-in-a-lifetime trip featured coral reefs, sunbathing, and sharks as the pair explored the Red Sea. But the holiday took a frightening turn when the pair were suddenly awoken at 6:03 am on 13 March to banging and an alarm. Within 15 minutes, the whole boat was up in flames, as Jeremy described pressurized air tanks exploding like bombs. The psychotherapist said, "Luckily we were in port and not at sea, so everyone quickly ran off the gangplank. We saw some smoke coming from the engine, but were hopeful it was nothing. But it wouldn't go out, and flames kept coming out. Once the crew realized it was out of control, we had to leg it. Tanks started exploding, and it drifted into the sea. All the other boats were desperately trying to get out of the way. The terrified group watched on as the boat burned." Jeremy said, "You're watching it all unfold, and my first thought was hoping the crew got off okay. When everyone had left the boat, I realized my belongings were gone. There's all these sentimental items I'll never see again." He added, "Worst of all, everyone's passports had gone up in smoke." Jeremy's pal, Keith, lost his phone in the fire, leaving him unable to contact his family. He managed to communicate with his family by emailing his daughter's school to assure them he was okay. Jeremy said his attitude to diving will not change, but he will take something to store his valuables on his next trip. He said, "I'm going to keep diving, but I'll keep a little bag next to my bed with anything valuable in. I don't want to be left high and dry again. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's a scary experience, one I don't wish to repeat, but thankfully it didn't happen at sea." The duo were left stranded in Egypt for 5 days following the fire, as they had to wait for temporary passports. Jeremy praised the efforts of Emperor Divers, the dive company who organized the trip. He said the company put pressure on the British consulate and compensated all of its customers with new clothes and reparations. But sadly, Jeremy's diving equipment won't be compensated, leaving him with a staggering £5,000 bill to replace his kit. Emperor Divers said in a statement shortly after the fire, "Emperor Divers are very grateful to our dedicated and professional crew, who, along with the guests on board, executed emergency procedures, which ensured everyone was evacuated from the vessel unharmed. The situation is under control, and all clients and crew are safely ashore in Port Galib, where the Emperor Divers ground team are assisting with their needs." This comes after the Sea Story yacht capsized off Egypt's coast near the town of Marsa Alam in November last year. The luxury boat left Porto Galib port for a multi-day diving trip on November 24, with 44 people on board. At around 5:30 a.m., a crew member sent out a distress signal from the boat before it disappeared, losing all contact. The boat reportedly took just 5 minutes to sink, leaving terrified tourists trapped inside their cabins. Up to 11 people died or are still missing, including 2 British nationals. By Lydia Doy.